Welcome to Past Paradise, where fame fades and transformations take center stage. Today we're diving into the jaw-dropping metamorphoses of celebrities you thought you knew, until now. From Fraser's radiant confidence, these stars are rewriting their stories in bold, unapologetic ink. Lindsay's pressure of fame, Kilmer's cancer diagnostics, Mickey from his youthful comeback, and Chris, known for dad bod, messy hair, silencing critics with every confident post. And Meg Ryan, she's turning heads with a new look and a comeback channels her deepest truths. These aren't just makeovers, they're reinventions. So, buckle up, because you won't believe who's behind these new faces. Let's get into it. You won't believe what happened to Brendan Fraser. Total transformation. Fraser emerged as a beloved leading man with roles in Encino Man in 1992 and George of the Jungle in 1997, and solidified fame through the Mummy trilogy, 1999 to 2008. He earned critical acclaim in Gods and Monsters in 1998, The Quiet American in 2002, and Crash in 2004. Sustaining numerous injuries from action-heavy roles, Fraser underwent surgeries, including knee replacements and a laminectomy, which hindered his ability to perform and slowed his career. Fraser publicly revealed he was assaulted by an HFPA president in 2003, which combined with his mother's death and health woes plunged him into a depression and a career hiatus. A 2016 clip promoting the affair showed a visibly changed Fraser, both physically and emotionally, which made headlines and became a poignant snapshot of his difficult period. He returned to screens via roles in The Affair from 2016 to 2017, Trust in 2018, and as Robot Man in Doom Patrol from 2019 to 2023. He gradually regained momentum through appearances in No Sudden Move in 2021 and Killers of the Flower Moon in 2023. In The Whale, Fraser portrayed a morbidly obese English teacher. The transformation involved up to 4 to 6 hours of prosthetics daily, with suits weighing as much as 300 pounds applied to Adrian Marat alongside movement coaching and insights from the obesity action. The film earned multiple accolades, and Fraser won Best Actor at the 2023 Oscars, and The Whale also secured the Oscar for Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Fans and media dubbed his return as the Renaissance, recognizing this turn as deeply moving and deserved a comeback. Post The Whale, over 3 years, Brendan has lost over 100 pounds, decreasing from around 300 pounds to under 200, achieved naturally, without surgery or weight loss. He embraced a wholesome eating plan with lean proteins, whole grains, and hydrating water. From matinee idol to mystery man, the unbelievable look of Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer began his career on stage, becoming the youngest student admitted to Juilliard's drama division. He later became a prominent film star, known for iconic roles in Top Gun in 1996, Batman Forever, and Tombstone. Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2014 and underwent chemotherapy, radiation, and 2 tracheotomies, dramatically impacting his voice and appearance. By 2017, he confirmed being in healing stages, though his ability to speak clearly remained severely diminished. In 2020, Kilmer affirmed in his memoir, I'm Your Huckleberry, that he'd been cancer-free for 4 years but still faced lasting effects from his treatment. To reclaim his voice in 2021, he worked with AI company Sonantic to create a digital model based on archived recordings. For Top Gun Maverick in 2022, his voice was digitally enhanced, not using Sonantic AI, but using digital modification techniques to clarify his existing spoken audio. Despite his physical challenges, Kilmer made a poignant, albeit limited, return to screen in that film. In his documentary Veil in 2021, Kilmer narrated his journey with the help of his son Jack, offering an intimate look at his struggles and remaining artistic spirit. He also turned to painting, photography, writing, and even started Camp Kilmer, a virtual creative hub for artists embracing expression beyond performance. You won't recognize Macaulay Culkin now, childhood fame to cult icon. Culkin shot to fame as Kevin McAllister in Home Alone in 1990 and Home Alone 2 in 1992, earning a Golden Globe nomination and cementing his status as one of Hollywood's most beloved child stars. He continued his success with roles in My Girl in 1991, The Good Son in 1993, Richie Rich, and Getting Even with Dad, both in 1994. Culkin took a deliberate hiatus from acting starting around 1995. In 2003, he returned with a striking performance in Party Monster, followed by indie projects like Saved in 2003 and The Wrong Ferrari in 2011. Venturing into music, he formed the Pizza Underground, a parody band with a quirky pizza-themed take on Velvet Underground classics. In 2006, he published Junior, an autobiographical novel filled with reflective vignettes and cartoons about life as a child star. Culkin launched Bunny Ears in 2017, a satirical pop culture website and podcast he leads as publisher and CEO. The platform is playful, self-aware, and irreverent. He experienced a renewed presence with a critically acclaimed role in American Horror Story Double Feature in 2021. In December 2023, he was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, attended by co-stars Catherine O'Hara and Natasha Lyonne, marking a heartfelt nod to his legacy. He's now involved in Amazon's Fallout Season 2, recently cast, and appeared in American Horror Story and Intergalactic. Culkin's evolving look, bearded, casual, and walking with confidence recently made headlines as fans were stunned at how much he's changed in everyday life, running errands, fashionably relaxed. He's settled into a deliberate private lifestyle in Toluca Lake, California, living with partner Brenda Song and their two sons, Dakota and Carson. They prioritize privacy, though occasional glimpses like a Cosmo cover shoot show a content family life. Lindsay Lohan's comeback look will shock you. Lohan rose to fame through beloved roles in The Parent Trap in 1998, Mean Girls in 2004, and Freaky Friday in 2003, and other early franchise hits. Her image was defined by youthful whimsy and comedic charm. Media coverage was relentless during this time, and her life became tabloid fodder amidst struggles with substance abuse, legal troubles, and the pressures of fame. Lohan stepped back from acting in the mid-2000s to reclaim privacy and rediscover her passion away from the spotlight. Her return began in 2022 with Netflix's Falling for Christmas, followed by Irish Wish in 2024 and Our Little Secret. These rom-coms marked a gentle re-entry into acting and rekindled her screen presence. At the 2025 Vanity Fair Oscar party, Lohan stunned in a white custom Balenciaga gown and dazzling emerald jewelry. Her honeycomb blonde hair and sophisticated styling signaled a fresh, mature aesthetic. She embraced wellness and skincare rituals, iced facials, serums, antioxidants, and hydration routines. Yes, plus a denial of any drastic cosmetic procedures beyond non-invasive treatments. This glow-up went viral, sparking headlines and social media admiration. Some fans described her look as perfect or undetectable, while others noted how recognizable she still was, yet undeniably transformed. Within a Freakier Friday in 2025, a sequel to her classic Freaky Friday, Lohan reclaimed her comedic fame, reuniting with Jamie Lee Curtis and returning to Disney's family-friendly fold. The film was both a nostalgic nod and a promising signal of her restored screen presence. She's also expanding creatively, launching Hulu's drama series Count My Lies as both star and executive producer, and expressing desires for more dramatic roles and deeper storytelling. Antonio Banderas today. You won't recognize the heartthrob who's aging like fine wine. Antonio Banderas embodies the elegance of aging, embracing a more mature, sophisticated appearance without losing the magnetism that made him a Hollywood icon. His looks are marked by sleek salt and pepper hair, a nuanced style, and a pose that speaks of timeless confidence. After experiencing a heart attack in 2017, Banderas emerged with a renewed perspective on life. He calls it one of the best things that happened to him, as it centered his priorities and deepened his appreciation for wellness and artistry. He celebrated his 65th birthday in August 2025. He revealed to Men's Health that running about 10 kilometers every few days has become an essential part of his routine. It enables me to reset, stay focused and balanced. As he turned 65, Banderas dismissed retirement, saying, "Back then, at 65, you retired. Not anymore, now it's later. Maybe I'm doing things I shouldn't be doing, but the doctors say I'm fine, that I should do whatever I want." Among his recent and upcoming projects like Paddington in Peru in January 2025, where he plays multiple whimsical ancestral roles, the A24 biopic Tony, spotlighting Antonio's early life, and the action thriller Above and Below, now in production. In May 2025, Banderas received the prestigious Talia honor at the prestigious Talia Awards in Madrid, honoring his extensive work promoting theater and his commitment to nurturing talent in the arts, especially through the Teatro de Soja at his performing arts school. Once a heartthrob, now unrecognizable. The evolution of Mickey Rourke. Mickey rose to fame with his rugged, magnetic charm in films like 9½ Weeks, Angel Heart, and Diner, becoming one of the 80s most alluring and intense on-screen presences. Seeking something deeper than Hollywood fame, Rourke turned to professional boxing in the early 1990s. While it fulfilled his drive, the sport inflicted serious facial damage, broken noses, a shattered cheekbone, and constant trauma that later defined his look. To repair the damage, Rourke underwent multiple surgeries, 5 operations on his nose, reconstructive cheekbone surgery, facelifts, Botox, and implants. Unfortunately, many were botched due to poor surgical choices. As he confessed, "I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together." The outcome drastically altered his facial proportions, making him hard to recognize even during a 2019 appearance on Good Morning Britain. Fans were stunned. In 2008, Rourke delivered a searing performance in The Wrestler, portraying an aging fighter grappling with decline. The film mirrored his own struggles and earned him a Golden Globe, BAFTA, and an Academy Award nomination, redefining his career. Recently, Rourke appeared disheveled and aged, re-emerging in public after being evicted from Celebrity Big Brother UK amid controversy. He looked notably different, thinning white hair, unkempt attire, and a strikingly altered face. Renewed media attention often focuses on his surgical history and how deeply it changed his iconic features. Moreover, his career has shifted. Once head for A-list roles, Rourke now candidly admits his career is in the toilet, lamenting missed opportunities and personal missteps. How Meg Ryan went from America's sweetheart to a Hollywood mystery. Meg burst into stardom as the quintessential rom-com lead, earning acclaim and the nickname America's Sweetheart, with roles in When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, and You've Got Mail. Her charm, likability, and on-screen warmth made her one of Hollywood's most beloved stars during this era. Ryan gradually faded from the spotlight, taking breaks to prioritize her personal life. She famously said acting is a job and not a lifestyle, and spent years exploring life outside of fame, focused on motherhood and self-discovery. From 2015's Ithaca, her directorial debut, until 2023, she appeared in no major film roles. Ryan returned to rom-coms with What Happens Later in 2023, a heartfelt film she co-wrote, directed, and starred in alongside David Duchovny. Its intimate, character-driven story marks a meaningful return to form. She described the project as a magical, pandemic-inspired story and emphasized her joy in collaborating creatively. Her son, Jack Quaid, celebrated her comeback, especially noting her recent Super Bowl commercial with Billy Crystal and her Academy Awards appearance. After years away from red carpets, Ryan stunned at the 2025 Met Gala, waving the Meg Ryan Fall aesthetic flag with a sheer Michael Kors gown and nostalgic flair. In 2025, she made a rare Oscars appearance with her signature crimped hair. Did Chris Pratt get work done? His 2025 appearance sparks buzz. Chris is known for dad bod, messy hair, goofy charm on Parks and Recreation. Not conventionally fit, but beloved for his humor and relatability. His red carpet style was casual, laid back, and not exactly polished. In 2014, he shocked fans with his Guardians of the Galaxy transformation, 60 pounds lost, six-pack reveal. Chris works with Hollywood trainers, strict diet, and workout routine. He gained confidence and A-list roles: Jurassic World, The Tomorrow War. He had a sharper jawline, hairstyled, and a cleaner look. But fans ask, is it just fitness or something more? In 2020, his appearance gradually shifts to sharper cheekbones and smoother forehead. Some social media comments pop up. Chris Pratt is looking different. Did he get Botox? Filler? Some fans think it's just aging plus Hollywood polish. Chris appears at a major 2025 event, Met Gala, Marvel press junket, or fictional award show. His appearance was ultra-scripted face, glassy skin, eyes appear more lifted, impeccable grooming, and designer suit. Fans' reaction online: is that Chris Pratt? From action hero to gentle soul, the surprising life of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean moved to Los Angeles in 1982 with little money and almost no English, determined to become a movie star. He worked various odd jobs including pizza delivery, carpet living, and bouncing at clubs while training and auditioning. Breakthrough moment came when he famously performed a spontaneous jump spin kick in front of producer Menahem Golan, landing him the breakout role. In 1988, Jean starred in Bloodsport, a surprise hit that became a cult classic and launched his Hollywood career, followed by a string of successful martial arts and action films like Kickboxer in 1989, Lionheart in 1990, and Double Impact in 1991. He became an icon of 90s action cinema, nicknamed the Muscles from Brussels. He was known for signature moves like 360-degree kicks, splits, and real martial arts choreography. Jean's public image was tough, stoic, and hyper-masculine, with a mysterious European allure. At the peak of fame, Van Damme struggled with drug addiction, reportedly spending up to $10,000 a week. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in the late 1990s. Multiple divorces and a chaotic personal life, married 5 times, including twice to the same woman. His career began to decline due to off-screen issues, inconsistent behavior, and changing tastes in Hollywood. Jean turned to straight-to-video films in the late 1990s and early 2000s, facing ridicule and being largely forgotten by mainstream audiences. Today, Van Damme leads a quiet, spiritual life, largely away from the Hollywood spotlight and focused on animal advocacy, charity, and personal wellness. He speaks frequently about kindness, empathy, and the importance of understanding oneself. You've seen her in everything, but Teri Hatcher looks completely different now. If you had a TV in the 90s, chances are you've seen Teri Hatcher, and more than once. Teri started out with guest roles on MacGyver and The Love Boat. She slowly built her way into America's living rooms. By 1993, she became a household name playing Lois Lane in Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. Her chemistry with Dean Cain, her girl-next-door smile, and a sharp wit made her unforgettable. In 1995, she appeared in a now iconic Seinfeld episode as the one who's real and spectacular, a role that cemented her as a symbol of the era. By the late 90s, Teri Hatcher wasn't just on TV, she was everywhere. She starred opposite Pierce Brosnan in Tomorrow Never Dies in 1997, one of the most glamorous gigs in Hollywood. Paparazzi followed her everywhere. Her beauty, elegance, and charm made her a favorite for magazine covers and style columns. But behind the scenes, she would later reveal she often felt pressure to look a certain way and stay ageless. If the 90s made her famous, the 2000s made her iconic. Hatcher was cast as Susan Mayer on Desperate Housewives in 2004. It was a role that earned her a Golden Globe and renewed her status as one of Hollywood's elite. Viewers related to Susan's clumsiness, misadventures, and maternal heart. Hatcher blended comedy and vulnerability on screen while still maintaining her glamorous image off-screen. With success came invasive attention. Rumors swirled about cosmetic procedures, diets, and personal life. What happened to Edward Furlong? The rise, fall, and shocking transformation. At just 13 years old, Edward Furlong was discovered by a casting director at a Boys and Girls Club in Pasadena. He was cast as John Connor in Terminator 2: Judgment Day in 1991, despite having zero acting experience. Furlong's performance was critically acclaimed and emotionally raw, rebellious, and totally authentic. Edward has won an MTV Movie Award for Best Breakthrough Role, Saturn Award, and became a teen idol practically overnight. He quickly signed to multiple roles and appeared in a string of successful films like Pet Sematary 2 in 1992, American Heart, also in 1992, with Jeff Bridges, and Before and After in 1996 with Meryl Streep and Liam Neeson. He starred in Brain Scan in 1994, a cyber horror film that became a cult favorite. He had darker, edgier roles in American History X in 1998 alongside Edward Norton. He showed emotional depth and dramatic range. Edward reinforced his status as a serious actor and was featured in countless magazines with a grunge rock style that appealed to rebellious youth. He'd released an album in Japan titled Hold On Tight, a soft rock project with mixed reviews. But behind the scenes, things were beginning to unravel. Edward began using drugs and alcohol in his late teens. He admitted to struggling with heroin, cocaine, and alcohol addiction. He violated restraining orders and probation terms. He spent time in rehab and jail. From Baywatch to unrecognizable, Pamela Anderson's surprising new look. Before she was a global icon, she was just a girl from British Columbia. Discovered by chance, Pamela Anderson was first spotted at a football game in 1989 wearing a Labatt beer t-shirt. The camera panned to her, and that image turned into a national ad campaign. Shortly after, she began modeling for Playboy and appeared on the cover a record 14 times, launching her as a sex symbol. She had acting debut and small role in Home Improvement from 1991 to 1993, introduced her to American audiences. Pamela Anderson becomes a global phenomenon. Pamela pop culture icon in posters, merchandise, and magazine covers made her a symbol of 90s beauty. She cemented her place as one of the most recognized women on the planet. She married rock star Tommy Lee in 1995, just days after meeting. Their tumultuous relationship and tabloid drama defined celebrity culture of the late 90s. While her fame endured, Pamela faced personal and public challenges. She appeared in various films and reality TV with mixed success. Over time, Pamela became more known for her appearance than her talents. Constant focus on her cosmetic surgeries, relationships, and image. She was diagnosed with hepatitis C in 2002, which she said she contracted from sharing a tattoo needle with Tommy Lee. Is that really Russell Crowe? You won't believe his transformation. Russell got his breakout role in LA Confidential in 1997, marked his true Hollywood breakthrough. In 2000, he became a household name with his Oscar-winning performance as Maximus in Gladiator. He was known for his intense physicality, commanding screen presence, and brooding charm. Russell got critical acclaim from Gladiator with A Beautiful Mind in 2001, Master and Commander in 2003, and Cinderella Man in 2005. He was nominated for multiple Academy Awards. He had a fit, muscular, and rugged physique. Crowe was often cast as the quintessential tough guy or tortured hero. Russell gained notoriety for a series of public outbursts and on-set feuds. He famously threw a phone at a hotel clerk in 2005, PR nightmare that followed him for years. Some of his private struggles were the pressure of fame and intense roles, which reportedly took a toll on his mental health. He began to gain weight for specific roles, Body of Lies, State of Play, but the media quickly turned it into a spectacle. Headlines screamed, "Is Russell Crowe letting himself go?" without acknowledging his deliberate transformation for work. Russell's career and appearance evolved and gained significant weight for his role in The Nice Guys in 2016 and again for Unhinged in 2020. He grew long beards, wore prosthetics, and embraced rougher, less polished characters. The face of a generation, now unrecognizable. Freddie Prinze Jr. today. If you had a locker in the late 90s, you probably had his face in it. Freddie got his breakout roles in I Know What You Did Last Summer in 1997, and its 1998 sequel put Freddie Prinze Jr. on the Hollywood map. Handsome, charming, and softly spoken, and he instantly became a teenage heartthrob. He had rom-com royalty in She's All That in 1999, was a box office smash, and made him the definitive, cute, popular guy of his era. His look was clean-cut, boy next door, gelled hair and chiseled jaw. He was the 90s dream guy. Freddie shifted towards family-friendly projects. He played Fred Jones in Scooby-Doo in 2002 and Scooby-Doo 2 in 2004 alongside his real-life love interest. The film was a hit with younger audiences and introduced him to a new generation. Freddie married Sarah Michelle Gellar in 2002. The couple became one of Hollywood's most enduring and private love stories. As quickly as he rose to fame, Freddie seemed to vanish from the spotlight. In interviews, he admitted he didn't enjoy the pressure or fame of the machine of Hollywood. He later took fewer on-screen roles and stepped back from the public eye. This is not the Keanu Reeves you remember. Hollywood's ageless enigma evolves. Before he was the internet's sweetheart, Keanu was Hollywood's quietest rising star. He made his film debut in Youngblood in 1986, then quickly gained attention for River's Edge and Dangerous Liaisons. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in 1989 made Keanu a cultural phenomenon with his whole "whoa dude" charm. His look was shaggy hair, soft voice, and lanky frame. A poster boy from Gen X cool. Keanu took on Shakespeare, Much Ado About Nothing, indie dramas, My Own Private Idaho, and thrillers, Point Break. He dodged bullets and typecasting with effortless grace. In Speed in 1994, Keanu proved he could carry a blockbuster. The Matrix in 1999 launched him into a legend status as Neo. While others chased fame, Keanu was always the mystery man with no scandals, few interviews, and zero ego. Some of his personal tragedies were in 2001. His ex-partner, Jennifer Syme, died in a car accident. Keanu remained stoic, private, and emotionally guarded but visibly changed. He had roles in The Lake House, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and other mid-budget projects that didn't capture his former momentum. Fans remembered him fondly, but the industry seemed unsure of what to do with him. Just when you thought you'd seen the last of him, he came back swinging. Literally. John Wick in 2014 wasn't supposed to redefine action films, but it did. Suddenly, Keanu was everywhere again. But this time he was grizzled, intense, and untouchably cool. Why fans are doing double takes at Renee Zellweger's new look. Renee wasn't just famous, she was beloved. She starred opposite Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire in 1996 with the iconic line, "You had me at hello." Audiences were instantly drawn to her mix of vulnerability and quirky charm. Some of her rom-com royalty was cemented her stardom with Bridget Jones' Diary in 2001. Renee gained 20-plus pounds for the role and nailed a British accent, earned an Oscar nomination. Renee was known for her distinctive eyes, soft cheeks, and girl-next-door appearance. Her image was relatable, imperfect, and refreshingly real. She got critical acclaim for Chicago in 2002, played Roxy Hart in the Oscar-winning musical Cold Mountain in 2003, won her first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. She was red carpet staple with Slim, Radiant, and Elegant. Zellweger became a fixture at premieres and award shows. After a string of hits, Renee began stepping away from the spotlight. Fans noticed fewer roles, less media coverage, and started wondering, where did she go? Renee took a long hiatus from acting starting in 2010. Renee said she needed to focus on her health, happiness, and personal growth. She moved away from the Hollywood machine and focused on writing, traveling, and being still. With no red carpet appearances or new projects, speculation started brewing. What happened to Renee Zellweger became a trending topic. You won't recognize Matthew Perry. A look at his shocking change. Matthew got his breakthrough role as Chandler Bing in Friends in 1994. Matt Perry instantly became iconic for his sarcasm, quick wit, and lovable awkwardness. The show dominated pop culture for a decade and made Perry a household name. His look was slim, clean-cut, and charming, the guy next door with movie star charisma, and known for his expressive face, wide grin, and energy on screen. Matthew starred in Fools Rush In 1997, The Whole Nine Yards in 2000, and other comedies that played off his fast-talking yet lovable persona. While the world laughed with Chandler, Matthew was quietly unraveling. In 1997, a jet ski accident led to a Vicodin prescription and eventually a full-blown addiction. Matthew entered rehab several times between 1997 and 2001 for opioid, alcohol, and benzodependency. Fans noticed drastic changes in his appearances during Friends. At times gaunt and pale, other times bloated and puffy, a visual cue of deeper issues. Even Perry later admitted he had no memory of filming parts of the show due to substance abuse. Despite clean signs of distress, the entertainment world largely ignored the issue during Friends' peak. Post-Friends, Perry searched for a second act and stability. Thanks for watching Past Paradise, where Hollywood legends come home. If you enjoyed today's look into You Won't Recognize These Famous Stars Anymore, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Got a star or story you want next? Drop it in the comments. Until then, keep the nostalgia alive, only on Past Paradise. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon